He's back. Back in the hospital now.
Battle against cancer. There it was, the sign, Great Ormond Street Hospital for Children. The sign, when I saw it for the first time, it ripped my heart out of my chest and increased the severity of our situation tenfold. There's our old room, and this is our new room. Welcome to our new home. Wow. With that being said, it's now a sign that we walk under with pride, because it's the sign and the hospital that's going to save our son's life. We finally entered our new room, number 8 Elephant Ward, and it was time to do our best to make it feel like home. We reunited Teddy with his ward mascots, wrote the estimated days up on the board, and put all of Teddy's cards of support up all over our walls. With every card that got stuck back on our wall, it felt a little bit more like home, as it's an amazing reminder of the huge army of support that we have behind us. New room, Teds. Room 8. Yay! Yay! Good lord. Bittersweet, hey mate. But you're okay, always. Teddy's taking all his cards off the wall and reading them one by one, aren't you, Ted? Come and get the dummy. God, look at that big strong boy. Big strong boy. Well done, you clever boy. Flat Aida is the name of the next chemotherapy Teddy is due to start. This round is a lot shorter, only 5 days of chemo, but significantly more intense. The side effects could be a lot more harsh and he could become very unwell. Upon starting his first day of chemotherapy, we stumbled across our first problem. Teddy had what started to look like a new rash forming. This humbled us hugely to see that we'd hit our first side effect within hours of starting the treatment. We were incredibly lucky as we managed to catch this rash before it got too bad. Gosh changed around some medication and thank goodness the rash started to disappear. As the 5 days of chemo rolled past fairly problem free, this is when things got harder. One of the potential side effects of this chemotherapy was severe chemical conjunctivitis. So to attempt to avoid this, we had to administer eye drops to Teddy every 2 hours, 24 hours a day for 10 days straight. Through the day wasn't too bad, but through the night was so hard for us in regards to getting sleep, but even more so for Teddy being disturbed every 2 hours with us having to prise open his eyes and drop eye drops in. But as always, our little superstar took it in his stride, but at the end of the eye drops couldn't come soon enough.
Teds, do a big peekaboo. 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 Big Teddy B. Teds, who's finished round 2 of chemo? You. Teds, can you clap? Yay! Big clap. So finish round 2 of chemo.
With the 5 days of chemotherapy done and Teddy entering another recovery phase, our journey was about to take an unexpected turn due to the impending nurses' strikes.
So we have just been told that we are now being moved out of Gosh due to the nurses' strikes, and we are being transferred to our shared care hospital, which is now Chelsea. Not just for the strikes, but for the foreseeable future, because Teddy has now finished chemo for the second round. And yeah, so we're going there for our recovery, which will be probably about 3 to 4 weeks. But if anything goes wrong, then we might be able to come back to Gosh. But it just feels like we're being pushed out a little bit, really, because of these nurses' strikes, which is fucking bullshit. Because we finally got settled here, and we know our surroundings, we know our nurses, we know where everything is.
This affected us more than you'll ever know. Gosh was our safety blanket. It's all that we knew. And to have only spent 7 days back here getting settled, we were being moved to an unfamiliar environment with unfamiliar staff and different protocols to finish off our recovery stage, which we all know is where the problems, infections and fevers all happen in this phase. Everything was out of our control and we had no choice but to pack up our stuff and move out to Chelsea and Westminster Hospital. Little did we know how hard this really was going to be for us.
Having been at Gosh from the start of Teddy's treatment, we are so used to their level of care, which in our experience has been second to none. Turning up at a general public hospital for all ages shocked us hugely. Even though we were on a children's ward, it wasn't an oncology ward. The severity of Teddy's illness didn't change, but unfortunately the standard of care did. We've been forced to give over the responsibility of our son's life to people we didn't know, but also people that hadn't built up our trust. This didn't lay well with us at all. After a few hiccups and differences in the first few days, this led to countless phone calls to Gosh to try and get us moved back. They couldn't do anything immediately due to the nursing strikes and a subsequently critical lack of staff.
We are on day 63. We are still at Chelsea and Westminster Hospital. Still having major problems with them. They happened to lose our bloods yesterday. They were taken at 7 AM, meant to be back by 9 AM, and they lost them, then they found them, and they had to rerun them, and yeah, we finally got them back around about 6:15 PM, having called Gosh all day, but because of the strikes, this all seems to be all up in the air at the minute. We can't seem to get back to Gosh because they've condensed all three wards down to one, so Elephant and Giraffe are actually closed and Lion is the only one that is open with just critical kids on there and minimal staff. They're actually having to pull doctors in to cover the nurses' shift. So there's no way of us getting back to Gosh anytime soon. Hopefully by maybe Thursday next week, but that still means we've got a good 4 or 5 days left in Chelsea, which we're really struggling with, to be honest. It's just not like Gosh. The standard of care is so much worse, but there's not a lot we can do. So we are just going to sit tight, keep Teddy as strong as possible. And Teddy's still doing really well. He's feeding okay, he's eating okay. His temperature's slightly gone up today to 37.4, so it's on that brink of having to monitor him, but we're still managing to get out as much as we can, just because those 4 walls in that hospital are hot, sweaty and uncomfortable. So yeah, we shall continue to stay outside as much as we can. But there is your update, and hopefully things can only get better.
We won't go into too much detail about our full experience whilst we were there, out of respect for the hospital, but these next few clips give you an understanding of one of the struggles that we faced whilst we were in the hospital, trying to create a comfortable and safe environment for Teds to recover.
This is what we're going for. This is our room. Absolutely mind-blowing. He's meant to be recovering in here. Not okay.
Amongst the madness, we continued with our routine, trying to make this the most clinical and safe environment for our son to recover from his chemo too. Nothing or nobody will ever get in the way of making sure we provide our son the best opportunity to get over this horrendous disease.
Good morning, baby. I love you, I'm proud of you, and you're a big strong boy. You're a big strong boy. Proud of you, mate. Yeah, you are a big strong boy. I'm proud of you, so proud of you. And we're going to attack today. Yeah? Now let's do your napping.
We were lucky enough at the start that Teddy recovered well, and we were able to get out for some more walks around the local parks and spend as much time in the fresh air and out of the hospital as possible. These times were very much needed, simply trying to make the best out of an incredibly hard situation. It was so important to get out whenever we could, not only for Teddy but also for us. The 4 walls of a hospital environment can become extremely claustrophobic at the best of times, but even more so in an unfamiliar and uncomfortable environment.
In one of our many strolls outside of the hospital, we all found this fountain and all chucked a penny in and made a wish. I'm pretty sure all of our wishes would have been the same.
Although it may not look like it, Teddy unfortunately got another line infection and inevitably spiked fevers, so had to go back on antibiotics. The standard protocol is to give the same drug, vancomycin, that gave Teddy a rash in the previous chemo. Because it wasn't 100% confirmed that it was the drug that gave him that rash, Chelsea and Gosh came to an agreement that they wanted to try it. They say parents always know best, and lo and behold, his skin started turning red and we had to put our foot down. We got the drug, turned to another antibiotic, and luckily it started to fade. That wasn't without having to rant in person with Chelsea and constant attempts to contact Gosh to explain our situation. After trying phone call after phone call, pleading our case to get us moved back to Gosh as soon as they could, the hard work and being advocate for our son finally paid off. It goes back to the saying, the wheel who squeaks the loudest gets oiled first, and trust me, Scott was that wheel.
No, it's alright.
After one hell of a long week at Chelsea and Westminster, we are finally heading back to our old territory, which is Gosh. Kate and Teddy, I think, have just arrived outside the hospital, and I'm just walking our suitcase and all of our luggage back to Elephant Ward to be reunited with our comfort and our safety blanket of Great Ormond Street Hospital, which is crazy to say because never did I ever think I'd be in a position to say that I'm looking forward to being back at Gosh. But having been at Chelsea and Westminster for the last week, my God, am I looking forward to being back at Gosh. So yeah, end of an era back at Chelsea, but start of a new beginning to finish off this chemo too and get this recovery done for our boy. So fingers crossed, here's the new chapter.
You're awake and you shouldn't be, clap your hands. If you're awake and you shouldn't be, clap your hands. If you're awake and you shouldn't be, and you're awake and you shouldn't be, and you're awake and you shouldn't be, clap your hands. Good morning, little man. Should we show everyone your muscles in the morning? Should we say, big strong boy? Come on. Yeah, big strong boy. Yeah, big strong boy. Tense those muscles. Go, big strong boy. Yes. And what noise does a lion make? And you can do a big clap. Where's Teddy gone? Peekaboo. Clever boy.
There was one factor that didn't change throughout this whole rough patch, and that was our son Ted. He smiled, clapped and laughed his way through it whilst we fought his corner on a daily basis from behind the scenes. But not once did Teddy know anything about it. That's always been our number one golden rule: keep Teddy's environment nothing but happy and positive. All negativity and emotions that come our way is dealt with outside Teddy's room. When we finally got readmitted back to Elephant Ward, they happened to put us back in our old original room, number 7. It felt like fate. We were back in our second home, which is a good time to end this video here. Make sure you come back to watch our next video, which will include putting our room back together, feeding up Teddy through the rest of his recovery, more daily hospital tasks, a little tour around the ward's kitchen facilities, and our little Super Ted turns 1. We also had some big decisions to make about Teddy's second round of recovery. So make sure you join us on our next video to see what big decisions were made. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you're new around here, welcome to the channel, and please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you on the next time to carry on our journey to save our son's life. Oh, and before I forget, do me a favour, live for today, as tomorrow is never promised.